Right, you will not believe this, but I'm using StreamYard. It's a new app, and I've just been talking to you without actually going live for the last 10 minutes. So we're going to start again. So this video is going off on the post that I did earlier and just trying to understand what you all struggle with. I am using an app called StreamYard. If you are going to join me, please give StreamYard permission for me to see your name. Otherwise, when you do comment, if you're watching, then I'll just see Facebook user. So I asked a question earlier to my Facebook group about how often they comfort eat. The responses that I had was when they feel low or feel worthless, when they're stressed or put pressure on themselves, when they're on their period or due on their period, or when the day has gone to shit and it's a fuck it moment, or when they're bored, hanging out in the kitchen looking for stuff to eat, usually in the evenings. And it's a common thing for us all. As I was saying before I actually went live, we often go into comfort eating. There's nothing wrong with comfort eating. It's something that we have done since we were born, and there is enjoyment in food. It's what we do to survive. And let's be honest, food tastes really good. The problem comes when we can't stop ourselves eating, or we find ourselves binging on certain foods which just taste too good. Your chocolates, your crisps, your donuts, your cakes, your pastries, whatever it is, alcohol, we'll throw that in there. If we're not paying attention to why we're actually eating, then that's where the problem can come. If it's not going to help you achieve your goals, then there's going to be another issue there. If you're finding that you're restricting yourself day to day, then obviously you're going to get cravings because you've ruled something out for yourself. And unfortunately, when we do that, you're just going to set yourself up for fail, because why are you actually eliminating that food or drink? So you need to understand why you're doing something at all times. I think the more that we have awareness of the choices that we make, the more control we're always going to have. The only way we're really going to get results that we want, especially when it comes to fat loss or transforming our body through exercise, you're looking to change your lifestyle. You're looking to live a different way than you do now. And that's not going to be easy. You have got decades of behaviors, patterns, beliefs that have led you to do all the things that you do today. There'll be stress from your past, there'll be trauma, there may be abuse. Again, all these things you carry with you, and unless you've taken time to deal with it, it's going to show up in a way that you get relief, where you do find comfort. And it could be drugs, alcohol, or food. The same thing applies. You are getting some kind of pleasure from over-consuming the foods that you do, from falling into the trap of eating that chocolate because you're craving it. And it's short-lived. You're never gonna solve the deeper problem. And that's what I try and get people to focus on. Fat loss can happen through diets. We all know that. It's maintaining it that's the biggest problem. Exercise can help change your body shape, but it's kind of then what? It's what happens next. It's why are you actually doing it? What are you trying to escape from? What pain are you hiding? What pain are you refusing to deal with? Is there grief? Has there been some abuse that you need to kind of face head on and get some emotional counselling support from? Are you a people pleaser? Can you just not say no to anybody? Oh, I nearly choked up then. I'm a people pleaser. Because there's a danger there as well. We're also busy doing things for other people. And even if you're a mum, you are not putting yourself first. If you are an employee, you'll often probably find yourself saying yes to the boss. If you are an overachiever, or you have high values of yourself and you're a hard worker, how many times do you say no to people? All these things are going to make a massive difference to how that makes you feel at the end of the day, because 9 times out of 10, you're just going to be resentful and you're going to hate what's actually happening in your life. All these things can kind of combine to cause you to stress eat, to eat your emotions, to comfort eat, to get cravings and fall victim to them. And there's not anything inherently wrong with it as long as you know when to stop yourself, as long as you're not doing it every single day and making things more difficult for yourself. Diets work for fat loss, but it's not maintainable. It comes down to you focusing on your behaviors, the beliefs that you have, which make you do all the things that you do. There's no magic answer for comfort eating. I'll always tell people to eat what they enjoy. Give yourselves permission to eat something because you want it. Irrelevant if you're hungry, but just giving yourself permission, but enjoy it. That means you've got to pay some attention to actually eating it or drinking it, not just scoffing it down yourself and doing it with a load of emotions attached to it, like guilt and shame. You need to eat it because you want it and actually enjoy it. Who cares if you're on your period or you've had a shit day? Eat the food if it's going to give you some relief, but then deal with the problem you have with your period, and then deal with the shit that you're getting at work. Because unless you start to confront it and make sure it has some kind of purpose for you, you're going to fall into the same cycle every single time you have that stress or you have your period. Do you need to eat those foods when you have your period? Probably not, but does it help you feel a little bit better at that time of the month? Yes, then bloody keep doing it. Who cares? What you do for the rest of the time is going to make the biggest difference. We all want some level of security. We all want to know we can maintain the weight that we are. We all want to know we're going to stay in a happy relationship, family, work. We want to know that our finances are going to be safe. But I think 2020 has shown us all that nothing is guaranteed. Things can go to shit. I'm not a counsellor. I am not an emotional eating expert. But what I do know from what I have learned is that we cannot keep hiding from our problems. The things that we choose to do to give a short-term relief is not going to be a long-term fix. If you're punishing yourself and dealing with grief, trauma, abuse, stress through exercise or eating, at some point you are going to stop getting the same level of relief from the things that you're choosing to do. That's just the way the brain works. You're going to need to want more and more and more every single time. If I could really get anybody to do anything, it would be write down all the things that cause you pain, that make you feel sad, that worry you, that trigger your anxiety, the things that cause you to feel stress, any trauma or abuse that you've had. You need to get it all down on paper. If it is really bad, then you need to go and seek some professional help. If you refuse to ignore those things, then you're never going to be able to change your lifestyle. You're never going to actually get the long-term fixes that you are trying to get. If you're in this group, then I'm going to assume that it's because you want to improve your physical body and you want to change your body shape, lose a little bit of weight, or come to terms with who you are and discover what you want out of life. You're trying to find that balance. You're trying to live in a way that you feel happy and you're in total control. All the information that I give you is to help you slowly start to unpick the things about yourself, the things that you love and bring value to you and that the person that you want to be, and all the things that you hide away from, push down, sweep under the carpet. So comfort eating isn't inherently a bad thing. It's something we all love to do, and we should be able to keep doing it. Understanding hunger and emotions is going to be one of the things that you can do to help yourself. And I think the three things that we all need to think about when we do think we're going to emotionally eat or comfort eat is, what pain are we going through? So again, are you upset? Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you struggling to grieve over somebody? Are you anxious because friends, family, loved ones are currently ill? what's actually going on there, what's causing you that discomfort, what emotions and feelings are you hiding from, is it causing you to escape, what you're looking for a distraction. So understanding why are you doing that, and what is it you're trying to hide away from. And then it's punishment. Are you doing it because, you know, you've had a couple of biscuits, so fuck it, as somebody said, you might as well finish the whole packet? Are you eating the ice cream because you've had a shit day and you've started eating it, so it's pointless putting it back? You know, you're always going to be fat. You're never going to look the way that you want. Are you punishing yourself for those things? Identifying triggers, reasons for you wanting to comfort eat. Change your attitude around your eating behaviors as well. I don't like people labeling things good or bad. There's no such thing as healthy. We all strive to have a healthy life, but that's going to be different for everybody. Ultimately, we want to be able to be moving quite a lot and just eating to nourish our bodies and feel good. That can be done through a variety of different food types, but inherently, the moment you start kind of saying, I can't eat this, it's bad for me, it's going to make me feel ill, or whatever you want to say about it, we need to try and stop doing that. Got distracted there. There's no bad and good foods. There's no right or wrong. Changing how we think about our choices is going to help us make bigger changes. It's going to help us change our behaviors and understand why we're doing. If you are a people pleaser and you're always saying yes to people, learn to say no. One of the biggest things that I learned to do was living for myself, setting in time boundaries for me to get quality time to do all the things that I want to do, and giving myself time to train, to go out and enjoy time with friends, or just sit on the sofa and do nothing. I'm giving myself permission to not do any work at all if I'm not feeling like I can give it quality attention. Today was one of those days. I felt really tired, so I've just chilled all day, writing down notes with a pen and paper, thinking about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow and making a plan for next week. Sometimes we need to set those kind of boundaries so we are recharging ourselves. Hopefully all that's kind of helped you get a little bit of clarity and understanding that comfort eating isn't wrong. You just need to understand why you are choosing to do it. If you want any help, let me know. If you feel that you're struggling and you want to dig a little bit deeper, check out some of the links that I'm going to post in the group. Hopefully I've covered everything. Yeah, thank you very much. I will see you later.